Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so potential buyers have more information about the seller and the business to help them make a buying decision. Now, before we dive in, let's go over a brief summary of this business. It is a service-based business created in July of 2015 in the dating, romance, and hospitality niches. The average monthly revenue for the business is $22,048 and makes an average of $13,318 per month in net profit. The assets included in the sale are the primary domain and all site content and files, secondary domains, contractor relationships, social media accounts and pages, which include Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and YouTube, an email list with over 1,000 subscribers, a SquareUp account, and design assets. So for everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 67333 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So that's a brief overview of the business for sale. Let's hear from the seller with me today. So welcome to the show, Veronica. How are you doing today?
Good, great. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, Veronica, I'm looking forward to learning more about you and your business. So to start us off, can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
Sure. Well, my background, I'm a performer and a teacher, so not a lot of background running an online business. Should I tell you how it started?
Yeah, sure.
So this is a wedding business. We specialize in small micro weddings, elopement type of weddings. And it started when I first got married many years ago to my first husband. I discovered there was something called a wedding officiant. And I thought, I can do that. So I became a wedding officiant. And then, honestly, it took off. And everything happened very organically. My business as a wedding officiant, and I speak Spanish as well, and was based in New York City. At the time, lots of Spanish people here. And it just snowballed. And then in 2015, I created this specifically to do small weddings, elopement style weddings in New York.
Nice. The business has been around for quite some time now. So why are you deciding to sell the business now instead of keeping it and growing it even further?
The business has become a monster here in New York area, and it's ready for expansion right now. It has to keep growing. And, this is not my niche. Like I said, I'm a performer and a teacher, and I'm opening a new business that has to do with children and children education, which I'm really passionate about. And my attention needs to be 100% in my new business. And I feel very guilty not dedicating more time to the wedding business. And I think this is a perfect time for someone to, take over and just run with it, with what I've done with it.
Yeah. Well, that's a good position for a business to be in where the foundations of the business are solid. Like the growth opportunities are there. It's ready to go to the next level. Just that you're not willing to go to that next level because you're doing something else or want to put the capital or the time in. That can be a perfect business for a buyer who has that and wants to take something to the next level. Nice. Okay. Well, during this time, obviously you've seen some significant success here with this business. So what did you learn from building this that worked that you think contributed to that success?
Yeah. So like I said, everything happened very organically. So what I learned is to pivot and to listen to the customer, to listen to my audience, because this is how this was created. This is how this started, and it's how it's going to continue to grow. the people tell you what they want, what they need. And so, as I already said, my niche is small weddings. Micro weddings have become now very popular and known after the pandemic. Now everybody talks about it, but of course I was around from before the pandemic. They always existed. It's just that, wedding industry, multi-billion dollar industry, and people rather advertise the big weddings. But we have been here for a long time, and this is how this started because of the need. People want to get married. They're going to get married no matter what. A lot of people just go to City Hall and pay $35 and get married that way. And even when they do that, they still need photos. They want to have photos. They want to have a beautiful dress. They want to have their flowers. So I learned by doing this that the main services that people will always want to have at their weddings. And I created this company based on that. And then from 2015, when we started, we have changed a few things. We pivoted in different directions. I used to offer a yacht wedding, and I didn't sell one of those. I thought that was a great package. No one. And then I also have a church wedding package. And the church wedding package, I sold 2 in this past, 7 years? Only 2. So those are things that didn't work out. And then I realized what really works. I'd like, well, anyway, there's too many details. I don't want to bore someone who's not interested in. So basically, yes, what I learned is just to observe the trend, see what's happening. When I started, there weren't that many wedding officiants, too many of us. And now, as the years went by, there's a lot more. There's other people that are offering, you always want to know like what's out there, what's happening, so you can create accordingly. So adjust our offerings, our packages, which is easy to do. It's not, like I said, they're very vocal. You'll know right away. We get emails, we get phone calls, and we know what's happening.
Got it. So focusing on what packages people are willing to buy and then doubling down on that is kind of my takeaway. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
No problem. So you did already answer this question pretty much, which was there anything you tried with this business that didn't work? So it sounds like some of these you have experimented with different types of service within this business, and that didn't work, but it sounds like you pivoted pretty quickly, or you had to pivot quickly.
Right. Yeah, we had different packages, and then some just didn't work. Mm-hmm. And simplifying always is the best.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about how traffic is generated. As I know, there are a few sources here. You still receive a lot of organic traffic, but then there is still a good amount of direct traffic and social traffic. Can you talk a little bit about how you drive the different traffic sources for your business?
Yeah, very honest. We don't advertise. The advertising is minimum to none. And if you see, if you unlock my listing, I think you have access to everything. You have access to my analytics. And you can see we were laughing about this with someone from your team because we see, I think it was January, February, I did advertising, and then the advertising dies. And then I do nothing for 9 months, no advertising. And he's like, why? What is that? I said, oh, yeah, because I always freak out. And January and February are slow, slow months for weddings. So that's when I advertise. And then I'm like, I relax. So the truth is our traffic is mostly 100% organic. It comes mostly from Google, and my YouTube channel is awesome. It's my best friend. I do get a lot of traffic from them. And last year I started paying more attention to, I'm an old person, so social has been a bit of a challenge for me, but I found a way. I've been posting more regularly in Instagram, and I have to say, I've seen a lot of traffic coming from Instagram now. I started paying attention. So when you see that, then I get excited. It takes me nothing, it takes me seconds to do a posting on Instagram. So that has worked out quite nicely. But yeah, mostly 99% of the traffic comes organically from Google and YouTube. Like my YouTube channel is really awesome. I mean, I get people that have seen the video that I've done 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 3 years ago, and they're still, they watch it and they contact us because it's very informative. Even, a lot of people will watch our stuff and not necessarily hire us. Maybe it's a budget thing. I don't know, but it certainly has a lot of, have a big audience.
Yeah, it sounds like there are some opportunities that I'm hearing through you describing this. So, paid ads, I mean, that sounds like an opportunity for somebody who wants to make that a more ongoing thing and maybe who has the strength in who knows how to run paid ads profitably. And yeah, social media seems like that's definitely gaining some traction and benefit from even more attention in that area.
That is the absolute truth. Well, you see that in my numbers. I've done pretty little to nothing regarding, I mean, social media. It's me posting, like I said, when I feel like it. And I have no plan or no marketing, plan or organic or nothing.
Mm,
I rely on organic and, I always update my website with new blogs and articles. I've been doing this for, over 7 years, 8 years. So that's what I'm saying. We are a big authority in the wedding industry here in New York. If you're looking to get married, if you're looking, how do we get married in New York? How do you get a marriage license? You're going to find us.
well, it sounds like then I'm kind of hearing then that to maintain the business, it doesn't seem like it's a ton of work if a majority of it's organic. So, can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
Well, like I said, I don't do a lot to maintain it. Like I said, my process is when we do a wedding, we do the photos for the wedding. Every couple that works with me, they agree to the terms and conditions, and part of the terms and conditions that we're authorized to, publish some of their photos or videos. If they don't want us to, of course we don't, but they have to let us know when they book, and of course we'll respect that. But 99% of the couples don't mind, they actually love it. And so after we do a wedding, we have the photos, so we post on our social media. And the amount of time that I personally spend, realistically speaking, I'll guess 3 to 5 hours a week. My time is spent mostly answering phone calls from prospect clients, answering emails from prospect clients, because once someone books with us, it goes to my team. So I send the order to, I have a virtual assistant, and she'd send them an email and give them a phone call and connect them with the vendors and the wedding officiant and everybody else.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like you have a system established where you have other people who are able to maintain the operations. That's good to see.
Of course, I oversee, I know what's happening. We have a spreadsheet with all the weddings that are coming up. So I know what's happening.
Got it. Okay. That's a good amount of time as an owner to spend on the business, just overseeing and not being necessarily in the business as much. Well, we did touch on opportunities in some previous questions, but let's discuss that now. If you were to keep the business, what are some ways you would try to grow it?
If I were to keep it, I would expand to other markets: Paris, Hawaii, London, Miami, I don't know, other places. Because I get a lot of questions, people obviously, like I said, what's the obvious for weddings? What do you need? You need someone to marry you, the officiant, the flowers, the photographer. And of course, you're going to celebrate. So expanding to including some reception packages would be something that I would be doing. I get incredible amount of calls and emails from people that want to either advertise with us, do an affiliate program with us, be on our website because of the authority that we have, like Glam Squad. And I have rejected everybody. I try to keep my website very clean. I took pride in not having other people's blogs in it and advertising. But now I would consider doing that and welcoming some, perhaps having a portion of my website where it's more of a directory type of thing where people pay me like $100 a month to have advertise their reception hall or their hotel or their packages. There's a few places that do hair and makeup, and she wanted me to have her on the website, and I said no. I get calls from all kinds of wedding vendors that want to be part of us, and I have been very, very selective. I treated it very much as my baby, and I've been,
Protective of that.
very,
Yeah.
very protective. Yes. For me, just having a very clean website with no advertising was always important. but it doesn't have to be. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm making money with my YouTube channel. That's monetized, and we're making money every month with that.
Well, yeah, it certainly seems like a growth opportunity waiting to happen, especially with people who are already reaching out to you and validating that you could grow in that direction if you
Right.
wanted to do so. Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's
Mhm.
talk about the risks then. So, what do you think are the biggest risks with this business or this business model that you think a buyer should be aware of?
So the good thing about this business is that honestly, there is no financial risk as it is right now because you don't spend any money unless you make money, right? So first we get the booking, people book with us, and once they book, then we spend money. We spend the money and the wedding vendors, right? So the only risk, if you want to, you don't have to spend any money. I mean, you can, like you said, you can do advertising, but you don't have to. I mean, it's going on wheels. The only issue would be the competitors, because like I said, micro weddings and elopement style weddings are very popular nowadays. And because of the placement that I have in the market, I have inspired quite a few people to come in and play, and they want to do the same things I'm doing. And that could scare someone. It did scare me when it first happened. And then I realized that they can't compete because of the amount of time and years and
Like the authority that you've built
the
up?
authority that I have built is just really impossible to compete. I mean, and this is a fact. The only way they could compete is advertising very heavily, very strongly, spending a lot of money in advertising. And even I was telling you before we got in the call, even when that happened, what is really awesome and rewarding is that I get emails and I get texts and phone calls from couples. When you're getting married, you're going to do your research. So you go everywhere, you're looking at every website, right? And it's awesome to see the feedback that we truly are an authority. They love the videos, they love how informative we are, they love the way the website is designed, everything's very clear. And that just made me so happy because competition will always be there. There's always, and I outsource 100% of the tasks. I used to, when I first started, I used to do almost everything. I used to be the officiant and the coordinator and the supervisor. And as I, grew and expanded, now I'm 100% detached and removed. Actually, there's other companies similar to mine, and I know for a fact that they're not in New York. One is running it from London, the other one is in Colorado. So yeah, this can be done 100% remotely if you want to.
I see. Yeah, I can't imagine how, in this space, how important authority is as people are putting their trust in your company or any company in this industry for the biggest day of their life.
A very emotional purchase.
Yeah. Well, a few housekeeping questions to wrap this up then. How much support are you willing to offer a new buyer who acquires this business?
Well, I'm happy to start with 30 days support up to 3 months or 4 months, whatever they need. I know they're not going to need a lot. They're going to need very, very little support. It's very easy, very self explanatory. The order comes in. Like I said, we acknowledge the purchase, we hire the vendors, and then people have to get paid. They get paid on the day of the wedding, and that's it, pretty
Okay.
much. Yeah.
Nice.
I pay digitally, obviously.
Okay. We can get into
Yeah,
the details of that with the
sure.
buyer.
But it's very, very simple.
Got it. Nice. All right. And just confirming that you commit to a non compete after the business is sold?
Definitely.
All
Yes.
right.
Not compete. And I'm happy to really, really hold their hands and help them because it's an awesome business. It is valued very fairly. It's a good deal. And I'll be happy to see it expand and grow.
Nice.
Sincerely.
Very good. Okay. And are you open to something like an earnout on this business?
Sure.
Okay.
Happy to. Yes.
Great. And last two questions. Putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
Like I said, it is ripe for the picking. It is ready. I feel like right now we are at a springboard. It's like we're ready to jump. And I don't have the time or the energy. I need to focus on this other business. I really do. And that's why I can't do it. But for someone who wants to be in the wedding business or is already in the wedding business, this is the perfect time, a perfect opportunity. because it is there. It's ready. Everything's done for you. You just have to take it and run with it and expand. There's only room for growth and expansion.
Okay.
I don't know if that answered the question.
Yeah, I think it's very similar to what we were saying actually right in the beginning of this interview, which is that this business has a lot of growth opportunity, but to take it to the next level, you understand what it will take, whether
Right.
time, investment,
Yes.
and that would be better for somebody else who wants to do that.
You
to
want
take it
to
the next level.
stay in the field. The wedding field, that's not my field. And I've done a lot considering I'm not a wedding planner whatsoever. Yeah, and I've done a lot. And I can continue because the return is very rewarding. It's quite high. We didn't get into that either, but I think, I don't know if they see it or if I have it in my posting, how it works.
It shows the revenue, and the profit. And if any buyer is interested, they can definitely unlock the listing and look through the P&L and just see what your figures look like. Okay. Well, last question then. Is there anything you'd like to add that you think I might have missed during the interview?
No, I hope we cover everything. Just I encourage people to unlock and book a call with me, and I can walk them through some more details behind the scenes, some stuff that we didn't talk about here. And there's some juicy stuff there. Yeah, for someone who wants to get into the wedding industry, that's awesome. I did all the work for you.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. For anybody who has any more specific questions, I definitely recommend that they book a call with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think this is the perfect place to wrap this up here. So, Veronica, thank you so much for sharing your story and joining us on today's episode. And I hope your business is purchased in the near future and by the right buyer.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 67333. And if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. And once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.